medicate with her or anything?
Heavily sedated. She's heavily sedated. They paralyzed her, so we're unable to speak to her.
Yeah. She is just 30 years old. As a healthcare worker, do you understand how she got so sick?
It was a communicable disease, something that was really airborne or in the droplet. And I can only speculate that I possibly, infected her with it.
So you think that you had coronavirus, but I know that you and your sister had a terrible time trying to get tested for it. You were really frustrated by all the brick walls that you kept hitting, and you're a healthcare worker, as we've said. Why was it so challenging to get tested?
I think some of the problems with getting tested had to do with the resources that was allocated to the community. I just really believe that there was a shortage in supply, and we didn't fit the parameter.
What do you mean by that you didn't fit the parameter?
Basically, when we came into the hospital or to the ER, we wasn't at death's door. We wasn't nearly dead.
So you think that even though your sister was presenting with chest tightness, chest pain, shortness of breath, a fever, that the ER didn't think that was coronavirus?
That is correct. I don't believe that they didn't think that it wasn't coronavirus, because the doctors generalized that it was the possibility. And it's just that they wasn't willing to test because our oxygen saturation was still good at the time. And so was hers, even though she did come in here with respirations of up to 36 to 38 per minute.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I know that you have tried to pull out all the stops. I mean, you've tried personally to get her the help that she needs through your connections, and then I think you've even had her friends from school and college try to lobby their lawmakers, their congressmen and senators to try to get her help. I mean, it really sounds like a full court press.
It really was. Her Wellesley alumni really stood with me in this struggle and this fight, and without them making such an outreach for help, I don't think that I would have ever received any kind of help for her, honestly.
That is really frustrating to hear. Meanwhile, you've been on social media, you've taken to Twitter, and I just want to read one of the posts. You do this every day, sometimes more than once a day, and this is obviously the language that you are fluent in. It's the medical language that I'm not, but I'm just going to phonetically make my way through it, because you say, spoke to the nurse this AM. Rana Zoe is prone again. FiO 2 is at 50. This is the lowest it's been. Yes, Lord, I thank you. PEEP at 14 to 16. Blood pressure, I got this one. 90 over 100 is elevated. They're going to restart her hypertension medication. Thank you for your prayers. So why did you want to share this kind of technical information, with social media and the world?
I've been very open, and Rana's, her success, her declines with social media. I have had so much support with the world praying for us. And then as also, there were some doctors that have reached out to me in the past, and when they would ask me some questions to give some sort of guidance, they specifically needed some sort of information as far as that. So the FiO2s, those are really the oxygen inside the arterial levels as far as that. The goal is to keep her somewhere between 80 to 100, so she's around there. What it means is that when she's proning, is that she tends to breathe better when she's on her tummy. So that's a good thing and also a bad thing. They noticed that when they put her on her tummy, that she has some fluid in the base of the lungs. And as they flip her on her tummy, that fluid will disperse into the top areas of the lobes of the lungs. If they can remove that fluid from those areas, oxygen and diffusion can come to those areas of the alveoli.
I've seen that. I was wondering about that. That's really